This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, in the morning. Today's analysis examines a mass breach of FortiGate devices coordinated by a single operator using the CyberStrike AI platform, the formal publication of the TLS encrypted client hello standard, and the release of Apple's MacBook Neo. We also track Intel's launch of the 18A process node for the Xeon 6 Plus processor, the emergence of the ARTEMIS agent scaffold for penetration testing, and a novel quantum-safe design for Ethereum wallets. Finally, we analyze the physical escalation of conflict in the Indian Ocean and new proposal for underwater data centers housed in floating wind turbines. A single operator with basic technical skills has successfully breached over 600 FortiGate devices across 55 countries. This operation did not utilize zero-day exploits. Instead, the attacker used an open-source AI platform called CyberStrike AI to identify and exploit systems with weak passwords and default configurations. The platform acted as an AI copilot, automating the discovery of vulnerable targets and managing the deployment of payloads. This incident reveals a shift in the threat landscape where high-volume, global campaigns no longer require elite engineering teams. The investigation into CyberStrike AI suggests the developer has ties to existing managed security service providers, potentially repurposing professional tools for malicious use. Security teams should prioritize the immediate rotation of all administrative credentials on FortiGate hardware and review the 21 identified server indicators of compromise. This case demonstrates that the primary bottleneck for attackers is no longer the complexity of the exploit, but the speed of target identification, which AI has now effectively solved. The Internet Engineering Task Force has officially published our FC 9849, detailing the TLS encrypted client hello standard. This protocol addresses a long-standing privacy gap in web communications. Previously, the server name indication, which tells a server which website a user is trying to reach, was transmitted in clear text during the initial handshake. This allowed internet service providers and state actors to monitor user browsing habits even when using encrypted connections. The new standard encrypts the entire handshake process, making metadata nearly invisible to third-party observers. This update is a critical win for digital privacy, though its effectiveness depends on widespread adoption by both browser vendors and content delivery networks. We expect to see this integrated into the next major updates for Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. Apple has introduced the MacBook Neo, a budget-focused laptop priced at $599. The device is powered by the A18 Pro chip, the same silicon found in flagship mobile devices. This marks a strategic shift for Apple, bringing high-performance neural processing to a much lower price point. The MacBook Neo features a 16-hour battery life and is clearly designed to capture the education and entry-level professional markets. By standardizing the A18 Pro across its hardware lineup, Apple is ensuring that its local AI features have a consistent hardware baseline, regardless of the device's price tag. Intel has formally debuted its 18A process node with the launch of the Xeon 6 Plus processor, also known as Clearwater Forest. This chip features up to 288 cores and utilizes Fovero's direct packaging technology. It is specifically built for the massive parallelism required by cloud providers and edge AI workloads. This release is a make-or-break moment for Intel as it attempts to reclaim the lead in semiconductor manufacturing from TSMC. While Intel scales up on land, Aikido Technologies is looking to the ocean. The San Francisco-based startup has announced plans to house data centers inside the underwater ballast tanks of floating offshore wind turbines. This design solves two problems at once. It provides immediate access to high-capacity renewable power and utilizes the surrounding seawater for passive cooling. This approach could significantly reduce the carbon footprint and operational costs of large-scale AI inference clusters by moving them off the traditional power grid. A new research paper has introduced ARTEMIS, a multi-agent scaffold design for automated penetration testing. In a comprehensive evaluation on a university network of 8,000 hosts, ARTEMIS was tested against 10 human cybersecurity professionals. The results indicate that while humans still excel at creative lateral movement, the AI agents were significantly faster at identifying and exploiting known misconfigurations across large subnets. In a related under-the-radar development, researchers have identified a phenomenon called spilled energy in large language models. By reinterpreting the final classifier of a model as an energy-based system, analysts can track energy spills during the inference process. These spills correlate highly with factual errors and hallucinations. This is a signal from the future of model safety, as it provides a mathematical metric for predicting when a model is about to fail before the text is even generated. A new proposal for the Ethereum network aims to achieve quantum safety without changing the underlying protocol rules. The design leverages account abstraction to create a wallet that uses ephemeral key pairs. In this system, every transaction rotates the signer, making each key pair single-use. This limits the window of opportunity for a quantum computer to intercept and crack a public key before the funds are moved to a new, secure address. This approach provides a practical path for protecting digital assets as the reality of cryptographically relevant quantum computers draws closer. The community is currently reacting to the total collapse of YGTorrent, a major French BitTorrent tracker. A massive data leak has exposed the site's internal operations, revealing that the administrators were generating at least 5 million euros in annual revenue through what users are calling mafia-style practices. The leak includes unencrypted passwords and user data, leading to a widespread exodus from the platform. In the Middle East, the conflict has escalated into the Indian Ocean. An Iranian vessel was sunk off the coast of Sri Lanka as Israel expands its strike range to target Iranian security assets. This has led to a 90% drop in tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz in a single week. Concurrently, the Iranian hacking groups Muddy Water and Charming Kitten have been observed retooling for retaliatory strikes against critical infrastructure in the United States and Israel. Security researchers are also warning of critical vulnerabilities in e-power electric vehicle charging stations. One flaw allows for an unauthenticated authentication bypass, which could let an attacker hijack the charging infrastructure. Finally, the political landscape has taken an unusual turn as Melania Trump has begun presiding over the United Nations Security Council, a move that has sparked intense debate regarding diplomatic credentials and institutional norms.